Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new product review, and this time I want to share with you what you can find in the Codex Adeptus Astartes Deathwatch. This is the last codex launched by Games Workshop, and I just purchased it this weekend. I know that it's 2 weeks old, but I wanted to share it anyway here and share with you what is my opinion. So let's make a look what you find inside. So as usual, have this normal format. We have this nice black and white base artwork. We have the content, and then in the content we will start with some fluff, and then the descriptions of the units, all the special rules and the equipment. So we start with all this, with all the background, new pieces of art that are really nice. Okay, I think are new from this book. I have not seen them. Are basically, but this is more. It's more can be old because here is not the new. As you see, they have not the new iconography of the Deathwatch, but these ones have the new look of the Deathwatch. So here we have more explanation and about the equipment. We have this map. I was looking at this map with the different battles, and then we have the heraldry, the organization and all. So this is also interesting. I like to look at that and thinking which you can here you have the iconography if you want to follow any of the different companies that you have there. Okay, you see that it's organized in 5 companies. Then we have the fortress, and then we have all we have different fluff and background, the different chapters that, because the Deathwatch is organized, it's made by people from other, or marines from other chapters. Here we have more of these. This is from the Overkill. So we have more, and then we have the typical chronologic history and more background, so I can go fast. So now we go to the background, and then we'll start explaining the watch masters, the watch captains, the chaplains, and they will explain the different units that we can have in the Deathwatch, and to know a little bit more about the fluff. Here we have images of the new flyer. Okay, and here we have this type of diagrams to show you how to paint, what are the main colors, and here we have the different companies. So this is important if you want to put any symbol on the knee, and if you want to put them attached to any of the companies of the Deathwatch. So here we have all the different, we have Artemis. I don't know if I have seen Cassius there, but you have a lot of inspiration on how to paint. Here we see that the librarians are also in black, only blue on the thick hood. And also for the vehicles we have some schemes, and then we have the super nice pictures, studio pictures of the Games Workshop miniatures. That is always an inspiration. I like to look at them, and from there take my inspiration for the painting jobs. It's just something that I never get tired of watching these pieces of art. So yeah, we have typical more. We can go fast, and then we go to the actual rules, and we start with the new type of detachment for the Deathwatch. We see that it's similar to the Space Marines. The only thing that it's all composed by different types of kill teams, and then we have the Strategium Command Team and the Watch Company. So it's interesting. We will see that there is a new concept here called kill teams, and it's very specific and it's very peculiar of the Deathwatch. So we have the list of the equipment. They also have some special equipment that is only we have seen for first time here in the Deathwatch. We saw some of this equipment in the data slates of the Overkill units, and now here we see again. So we have first the Watchmaster. He has some nice equipment like the what's called this, the Guardian Spear, and then he has the Clavis. So it's You don't need, it's 175 points, and really you don't need to spend more points if you want this guy to go like that. Can be quite expensive. The save is going to be 4 plus with the Iron Halo, 175 points. Then we have the Watch Captain. It's like a yeah, it's like another captain from other chapter. The only thing that have all these guys have access to the special ammunition that is the same that we can find in the veterans, the Stengar veterans. So they have access, all these bolt pistols, bolt weapons have access to the special ammunition, that what makes them much more flexible with their weapons. Again, the chaplain, and if you see, they have the bolt pistol, and the bolt pistol will have access to the, you see, a special issue ammunition. We have it here, special issue ammunition. And again, I guess if you go to the Guardian Spear, have a bolter there, will have a special issue ammunition. So all of them have access to the special issue ammunition. We have here the Psyker, have access to Biomancy, Demonology, Divination, Fulmination, Geokinesis, Librarius, Pyromancy, Technomancy, Telekinesis, and Telepathy. And yeah, and you is level 1, and you can upgrade him to level 2 for 70 points, just the basic equipment. And then we have the unit of veterans. It's composed for 5 veterans, and this is just a knife, a Swiss knife, so you can do them, they can have access to quite strong range weapons. So we have to make a look later on, we can make a look some of the new weapons, but here I will mention that some of the new heavy weapons are more assault, but the heavy bolter with special ammunition can be interesting. But what is really strong is the new Deathwatch frag cannon, but it's 25 points for each one. And then we have also the heavy flamer, and we have the combi. So then we have the missile launcher that is normal, and then we have the Infernus heavy bolter that also can take a Hellfire shell. So they are like, they are very flexible, and they can be equipped as almost as you want. You can have 4 heavy weapons in a unit of 5s, making them really versatile. Then we have the Terminators. Terminators have introduced a new weapon. You see here in the picture, they have the Power Fist with a melta gun attached to it. So they can decide if they shoot this or they can shoot that. So making them really, all the Terminators can have access to the heavy flamer or the assault cannon. So really this can, and the minimum unit, the other thing that is quite interesting is the minimum quantity is 1 Terminator. So again, breaking the rules, very small, you can make a very small unit of 1 or 2, and having a lot of flexibility. Then we have the Dreadnoughts, nothing special I would say compared to the other Dreadnoughts from the other chapters in that case. And then we have the veterans, the Vanguard veterans. Again, you see the minimum quantity is 25 points for one guy. This is really close combat unit, and they have the heroic intervention as all the Vanguard veterans. And yeah, you can also equip them as you want. And the bikes, what is also very interesting, the bikes also have access to the special ammunition, so making them really very interesting. So all these guys are going to be quite scary. 30 points the minimum. You can also have only 1 bike if you want. So really the minimum, this is going for a very flexible organization. So if you want just to play with the basic detachment from the rulebook, you can have a lot of flexibility. And then we have the 2 typical transport of the Space Marines, the Rin and the Razorback, the drop pod, and then we have the Corvus Black Star. This is a new vehicle. It's costing 180 points and have armor 12, 12 and 11. Have 3 hull points and ballistic skill 4. Is equipped with a twin link. You see here, assault cannon. They have the black cluster launcher, so it's something like, and then they have the 4 storm strike missiles and the ceramic plating. So it's really quite strong, have transport capacity, can transport 12, and they also can carry jam infantry and bikes, taking into account that they are bulky or very bulky. Have not fire points, and then have 2 axes, and is a sole vehicle, as you can see here. So it's really a strong choice for the Space Marines. it's 180 points, it's quite expensive. You can also have some options like extra armor, locator, beacon, hurricane bolter, and you can substitute you can upgrade what's called, you can take the following upgrades: Infernum, Hollow Launcher, and Auspex Array for them. So the options are quite blocked. The only changing, you can change this by last cannons, and you can take instead of the 4 Stormstrike missiles, you can take Twin Link Black Star rocket launcher. And then we have all the 3 different variants of the Land Riders. If we go now, here they create a new concept that is called the kill teams. And the kill teams normally are composed of, have different compositions depending on the kill team, and they form what is called a kill team. So they will make a unit, and they cannot be separated during the game. So if you create a kill team, take into account that it's going to be a fixed unit that you have to use during the full battle. And each one is winning different doctrines. So here in that one, non-vehicle models from this formation can reroll any 2 wound rolls, armor penetration of 1. So they can reroll once in the shooting, and then it is composed by a unit of veterans, and then 1 or more choices from the next. The restrictions is always they cannot be more than 10 models. And here this one, the minimum should be 6 because the unit of veterans is 5. So but the point is that you can take these guys and then put 1 Terminator and then put 1 Vanguard veteran, 1 Bikers. What I don't like is that why you want to combine veterans with Vanguard veterans. The thing I still don't get it. But putting 1 or 2 Terminators inside with the support fire they can give with the assault cannons can be quite interesting. Here we have another one, and this is composed by a unit of veterans, a unit of Terminators, and any of the following Librarian Vanguard. So normally there are 2 fixed units, and then the other ones are optional. Normally it's the Librarian and the other 2 units that are not included as mandatory. They form a kill team, and these ones can reroll when targeting troops. Then we have 1 that is veterans, bikers, and 1 of the others, and can reroll against fast attack. Then we can roll against elites, and these are composed by the veterans and the Vanguard veterans, and then you can take Terminators or bikes as optional choice. Then you have another kill team that have that can roll against heavy support, and are composed by veterans and Terminators. This can be quite interesting one. And then the next is any numbers choosing from the next convention. So any numbers can be that you don't need to include this next, so you can just fix it with having veterans and unit of Terminators. So the backbone of this army are going to be the veterans. The veterans are the mandatory choice in all the kill teams, as you can see. Because you see also the next one is the one that you can roll against HQ, and this is composed by veterans, 1 Librarian and 1 unit of Terminators, and then you can choose on top another Librarian or Vanguard veterans or bikers. And at the end you have the Strategic Command team. This is not a kill team, this is really a formation that is composed with a watch captain and 1 choice of the following, and then again you have a unit of veterans, or you can have 1 of any of the kill teams that we just mentioned before. And they have special rules. So if the Strategic Command team is led by watch captain, all non-vehicle models in this formation have Feel No Pain 6+, as long as the commander is alive. Suffer not the alien to live. If a Strategic Command team is led by a chaplain, so depending if it's led by captain, you have Feel No Pain. If it's led by a chaplain, you win Furious Charge, and if you are led by a Librarian, then you have a Stubborn and Adamantium Will. So you have to choose if you use a Watch Captain, a Chaplain, or a Librarian to lead the Strategic Command team. And finally we have, and I will say, as you will normally, this is very interesting because you can just add one chaplain and one unit of veterans and put it in any Space Marine or in any Imperium army, because this is a formation. So with that you can include including Deathwatch on other armies is going to be very easy, because these formations are quite straightforward. And if you just have a unit of veterans and a liberation armor, you can include them in any army. And here we have the one that is the big one, is the Watch Company. The Watch Company is composed by a Watch Captain and 4 choices of any combination, and then it can be a unit of veterans and then any of the kill teams, again the veterans, so you can make everything veterans. One thing, if you have realized here, any of these formations are composed, so have the Watch Master inside. So if you want to use the Watch Master, you have to take this form, most likely, or use the basic detachment, or you have to use this detachment, and then you can take it as a Watch Commander. The Watch Commander is one of the followings, and then the Watch Master is there. So take this into account. The Watch Master is not part of any of the formations. We have at the end the Corvus Drop Ship Wing, and it's just a formation of 3 of the new flyers. And when models from this formation target an enemy flyer or flying monster creature with an attack, reroll any failed armor penetrations or 2 wound rolls. This is all the units and formations, and then we go to the different rules. We have some really specific rules for the Deathwatch. So here we have some special rules that goes to some of the units, like the Attunement through Honor is mainly for a character. For some of the characters, the display that is part of the Empire. They have combat squads, but only, take into account, this is only for the veteran, if the veteran unit is 10. It is not working with the kill teams. The kill teams cannot be splitted. They have their own warlord traits. I will not go into detail. The thing that is interesting here is this: they have what is called mission tactics. So at the beginning of the battle, or at the beginning of the first turn, that is mainly at the beginning of the battle, you choose one of these tactics, and then this tactic will remain active for the rest of the battle. You can once during the battle change the tactic at the start of the storm, and then there is some rules that you can change it several times if you want it. So depending on the detachment that you're taking formations, and what they give is for example, this one. Mission, so the furor tactics, whenever unit is within the mission tactics special rule, targets an enemy so these troops you reroll once. This for fast attack you reroll once. This against elites you reroll once. This against heavy support you reroll once. So you can choose against you what you want to reroll at the beginning of the battle, and then you can change as the battle is progressing. For example, imagine that you want to start rolling against troops to disseminate the troops, and when the enemy has not any more troops or you have killed them, you can change them to roll against heavy support. It's just to put an example. I know that maybe it makes no sense, okay? And then we have equipment. The most important thing on the equipment is that they have, of course, they have the special ammunition that is typical from the Deathwatch, all the ball pistols, ball guns, and also there is a new weapon called Stalker pattern ball gun. They have different profiles. They can choose each turn what they want to shoot, and they are the same profiles that we used to have for the the ammunition of the veterans. So we have the I will not go into detail. They have one with the poison to blood. We have the one with AP3, and remember this goes also on the weapons of the bikes. The Deathwatch Cannon, another one to take into account, is a new weapon. Have 2 profiles. You can also choose what the 2 profiles. One is frag round, it's template, strength 6, assault 2, rending. So this is really it's a super flamer. Okay, and then we have the solid shell that is 2 shots of a strength 7 AP3. at 24 inches. So, and this is one of the heavy weapons, but you see is an assault profile. And they have the Infernus Bottle. The Infernus Bottle is a heavy bolter with a heavy flamer attached. So it's like a combi heavy flaming heavy bolter, but there is no restriction, so that you can use the flamer as many times as you want. This is really this weapon also is very dangerous if you want to solve them, because they will really make a wall of death with that. Then we have something particular is the Deathwatch shotgun. There are some units that can just substitute this by the instead of having the bolter. Have range 16 and they have a strength 4 AP nothing, assault 2 red, or they can use a strength 4 AP 4 assault 2, or they can be shoot as a flamer with strength 3 AP 6. So really they go for having weapons that give a lot of flexibility. Here we have the new type of bolter, to say it in a way, that is the Stalker pattern ball gun, that is a sniper. It's a heavy to sniper weapon, and yeah, and then we have some of the new, we have the new Black Star rocket launcher that have two profiles. Can be 6-4 heavy D6, or you can use it 4-5 heavy 1 large blast ignores cover. So as I say, all the weapons used to have, and there is a lot of weapons with double profile that you can choose what you want to do, and then we have the bolters with 4 profiles. So really going with the versatility. Another weapon that is new in this book is the heavy thunder hammer, that is melee pulverized conclusive 200 and unwieldy. Is strength 10 AP2, and if the to wound roll for an attack with this weapon is a 6, the attack has the instant death special rule. So really scary. They have also stone shields and all these the typical things from there. The other thing that I think I have not seen before is the clavis. Subtract 1 from the weapon skill and ballistic skill and initiative characteristic of any vehicles within 6 inches of the model equipped with the clavis. It's I would say curious. And then the other one that was new is the Guardian Spear. Okay, a model equipped with the Guardian Spear can fire it as a ball gun with special issue ammunition. So you see, even if it's not stated in the list of the Watchmaster, it have the special issue ammunition because he is equipped with this weapon. It's a weapon that have a strength +1 AP2 melee, block and two-handed. So, and then the block is once per turn in the soul phase. A model equipped with the Guardian Spear can attempt to block a single attack that targets them. After the hit roll is made, roll a dice. If the result is higher than the hit roll, the attack is blocked and has no effect. So if the enemy is attacking you and is rolling a 5 and you roll a 6, you're blocking the attack and nothing is happening. So like an extra defense in case they need it. We have also some equipment for the Deathwatch. I will say that one of the new ones, there are these two, the Auspex Array. Corvus Black Star equipped with Auspex Array has the Strafing Run special rule, and then we have the Infernum Hollow Launcher. You can reroll failed cover saves for the Corvus Black Star that is jinking, so really making the jink even more stronger. So I think this will be a must to have at the end. We have the relics, and yeah, I don't think I have any relic that really catch me. I don't think, I need to go into more detail. Maybe there was one that you were able to move a unit. Is this the Bacon Angelis? So it's a teleport beacon, but on top you can displace a unit on the battlefield. I think this was one of the interesting ones. The Dominus just does give 4 +1 safe if the unit is not moving. So there are some interesting, but I don't think there is anything broken there. And as usual, at the end they have their own objectives, and the thing here, the interesting thing is that they have the Primus, the Secundus, and the Tertius. So you do have 3 different choices on the objectives. And that's all. So this is what you can find on the Deathwatch. Sorry, having a little bit long, but it's a new codex and really with new rules. It's quite interesting to see. And yeah, and if you follow my channel, I'm planning to organize a little force because I have the overkill, so I will use definitely the overkill miniatures, and I'm waiting to have the death mask. So with all this, I will be able to make a small force that most likely I will use as an ally for my Space Marines or my Astra Militarum. This is all for now. I hope you find it interesting. Please leave your comment below, let me know what do you think. And you also can support me in Patreon. All the money I collect in Patreon is just dedicated to have all these products, to do more reviews, and also to do to have staff to do my painting tutorials and try to improve my equipment for doing better videos in the channel. That's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.